Hi there, Susan Shahada, the Space Guru, here to talk to you about some back to school love for your home. So we are going to talk about three main zones that you need in your space to create a little bit more function and flow this school year. Now, normally I would share these with you before school starts, but I recognize that for many of us, we don't think about these things until they become a problem, and then we want to address them. So here we are, a couple weeks into school, and hopefully you're already beginning to see what's working and what's not working with your space. So the three zones we're going to talk about today are the drop zone, the homework zone, and the lunch zone. So the drop zone is literally the space where you first come in the door and you drop everything that you have with you. So for kids, that's usually backpacks, sports equipment, shoes, coats, things like this. And it's really important that you designate a spot for this, because if you don't designate a spot, your child will designate a spot for you, I guarantee it. So this can be a mudroom, obviously, if you have that kind of space, or it could be the child's room, depending on your children and how far they're willing to go with their stuff. The key is to make sure that you're setting up this area so that there are pieces of furniture or space to actively receive the things that they bring in the door. Meaning, are there hooks for the coat? Is there a shelf to set books down on? Is there a place to set keys if we're talking about an older child who drives? Are there places for the shoes and the coats and the homework and the bags and the sports equipment, so that those things don't just end up in a pile on the floor? So we really want to make sure that that space is very functional to receive that which the child brings in the door. Okay, so the second zone is the homework zone. And this might seem really obvious, but it's important that you really set up a specific area or areas where your children enjoy doing their homework. Whether that's a kitchen table or a desk in their room, again, these are areas where you want to make sure that you can set them up for optimal success for your child's needs, so that they have everything they need, the right amount of light, space to spread out their homework. There's a lot of people that have spaces that are really not functional for themselves and for their children. So you really want to bring some consciousness to this area and make sure that the kids have what they need to be successful with their homework. And the third area or zone that we want to make sure to cover today is the lunch zone. So this is going to be for the parents or the children, depending on the age of your kids. And this is an area where you have designated for lunch preparation if your kids bring lunches from home. So this is something where I recommend that you have a section for dry goods, and then you have a section in the fridge. And the reason why I recommend it being sectioned off is because oftentimes making lunch can be a whole thing in and of itself, and if these areas can be really clearly designated so that the kids or you guys as parents know where to find things when you need them, it's just easier to do that. And obviously that works best if you already have other systems in place like menus and things of that nature. But you want to make sure that the space aligns with those other systems that you have as well for proper functioning and just smooth and easy preparation. So there you have it, three zones that you want to make sure that you have in your space this back to school year and time and all of that. And if you need more information on this stuff, you know where to reach me, and you can find more information on this specific topic on my blog at susanshahada.com.